Let's continue with chemical reactions of amines. We are taking reaction with nitrous acid. Three classes of amine react differently with nitrous acid, which is prepared in C2, that is reaction mixture itself, from mineral acid like HCl and sodium nitrite. RNH2 reacts with HNO2, which is prepared from NaNO2 and conc HCl. We get alkyl diazonium chloride, which is unstable even at low temperature. On hydrolysis with water, we will get alcohol plus nitrogen plus HCl. C2H5NH2 when reacts with HNO2, which is generated from NaNO2 and HCl, we get ethyl diazonium chloride, which reacts with water forming ethyl alcohol. Aniline react differently with NaNO2 and conc HCl. It reacts at 273 to 278 Kelvin. The process is called diazotization. We get C6H5N2 positive Cl negative benzene diazonium chloride, which is stable at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, plus NaCl plus 2 water is formed. Methylamine is an exception to the reaction with nitrous acid. Here we get methyl nitrite and small amount of ether is formed. Alcohol is formed to very less extent. Action of HNO2 with propylamine is complex. In this reaction we get variety of products. First product we are getting is normal propyl alcohol, which is expected product. Another product is isopropyl alcohol. Dehydration of alcohol leads to propene. Propene when react with HCl we get normal propyl chloride and isopropyl chloride. Side products are nitrogen and water. The reaction provides basis for Venn-like method of estimating primary amino groups in substances like amino acids, proteins, etc. Secondary amines, they produce oily compounds known as nitrosoamine. Secondary amine reacts with nitrous acid, H and OH, water is removed. We get nitroso group here. It is called dialkyl nitrosoamine or N-nitroso dialkyl amine. Nitrosoamine, when warmed with crystal of phenol and few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid, it produces a green colored solution which turns blue on making it alkaline with NaOH. This reaction is known as Lieberman's nitroso reaction and is used for detecting secondary amines. Tertiary amines, they dissolve in cold nitrous acid and form a salt which is soluble in water, but this salt is unstable. On heating it decomposes to form nitrosoamine and alcohol. Tertiary amine reacts with HNO2. Tertiary amines get protonated and we get tertiary amine salt. On heating it will give nitrosoamine and alcohol. So by this test we can distinguish between primary, secondary as well as tertiary amines. Next we are taking Hinsberg reagent, reaction with Hinsberg reagent. Here also this test can be used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amine. Primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide, and this is soluble in NaOH or KOH. This is C6H5SO2Cl benzene sulfonyl chloride or Hinsberg reagent, which reacts with ethylamine. HCl is removed. We get N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide plus HCl is formed. Now, due to the presence of this hydrogen, it is soluble in alkali and forms sodium salt, or potassium salt, which is soluble in water. So it dissolves in alkali because salt is formed which is soluble in water. In secondary amine, benzene sulfonyl chloride reacts, HCl is removed and we get N-diethyl benzene sulfonamide. This does not react with NaOH because there is no hydrogen which can react with NaOH. So this compound is insoluble in alkali. Tertiary amines do not react with Hinsberg reagent because there is no hydrogen attached to the nitrogen. So that is the reason that this test can be used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amines. However, these days benzene sulfonyl chloride has been replaced by para-toluene sulfonyl chloride, which will give similar reactions. Next, we are taking electrophilic substitution reactions in aniline. First, we are taking bromination. Aniline reacts with bromine water at room temperature to give white precipitate of 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. because amino group is highly activating group. So it reacts with bromine water, we get 2,4,6 tribromoaniline plus 3 HBr. And because aniline is electron releasing group, electron density is maximum at ortho and para position. So electrophile attacks at ortho and para position. If you want to prepare monobromo derivatives of aniline, we have to protect the group or deactivate the group by acetylation in the first step. Aniline reacts with acetic anhydride in the presence of pyridine to give astenalide or N-phenyl ethanamide. So we have decreased the reactivity of NH2 group. We have converted into NHCOCH3 group, and acetyl group being electron withdrawing, its reactivity is reduced. Now if we treat it with bromine and acetic acid, we get para-bromoacetanilide. And on hydrolysis with H ion or OH ion, we get 4-bromoaniline or para-bromoaniline as the major product. So this is indirect method of converting aniline to para-bromoaniline or 4-bromoaniline. The lone pair of electrons on nitrogen of astenalide interacts with the oxygen atom due to resonance. Here lone pair takes part in double bond formation. This pi electron shift to oxygen. Oxygen becomes negatively charged, nitrogen becomes positive charge, and here we get double bond character. That is, electron releasing effect of aniline is reduced and we get monobromo instead of tribromo derivative. Hence, the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen is less available for donation of benzene ring by resonance. Therefore, activating effect of NHCOCH3 group is less than that of amino group. Next, we are taking nitration. Direct nitration of aniline gives oxidation product in addition to the nitro derivatives. In strongly acidic medium, aniline gets protonated and anilinium ion, which is meta-directing. That's why along with ortho and para derivatives, we also get significant amount of meta derivatives. This aniline we are reacting with concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid at 288 Kelvin. 51% we get para-nitroaniline, 47% we get meta-nitroaniline, only 2% we get ortho-nitroaniline. Here we are converting aniline to para-nitroaniline. Here also we are using indirect method. Aniline is reacted with acetic anhydride in presence of pyridine as a solvent to give astenalide. Astenalide is nitrated with concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid at 298 Kelvin. We get para-nitroastenalide. On hydrolysis with H ion and OH ion, we get para-nitroaniline. So if you want to convert aniline to para-nitroaniline, this is the method how we can do it. Next, we are taking sulfonation. Aniline, when treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, it gives anilinium hydrogen sulfate. Because aniline is basic, sulfuric acid is acidic, so we get salt. When we heat this salt, 453 to 473 Kelvin, rearrangement takes place. SO3H group comes to para position, we get sulfanilic acid. Sulfanilic acid can also be called as para-aminobenzene sulfonic acid. It forms Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion means dipolar ion, that is, whose one end is positively charged, other end is negatively charged. This H positive ion protonate amino group to give NH3 positive and SO3 become negative. This is Zwitter ion or dipolar ion. Let's take up basic nature of amines. Primary amines react with water to form CH3, NH3, OH. It dissociates into ions CH3, NH3 positive plus OH ions. Secondary amine, when put in water, it forms CH3 twice NH2 positive plus OH ion. Tertiary amine, when put in water, it gives CH3 thrice NH positive, OH negative. So all of them produce OH ion when dissolved in aqueous solution.